The diesel engine is ascribed to German engineer Rudolf Diesel. He was not just an engineer but also an entrepreneur. On March 18, 1858, Rudolf Christian Karl Diesel was born in Paris at 38 Rue Notre Dame de Nazareth. Theodor Diesel and Elise Strobel had a second child named Rudolf. When Theodor and his family relocated to Paris, he worked as a bookbinder before going on to create leather items. Young Rudolf was forced to supply leather items and labor at the workshop due to financial troubles. Rudolf received the bronze medal from the Société pour Instruction Élémentaires when he was 12 years old. When the Franco-Prussian War broke out, the family was forced to flee Paris, which put an end to his plans to enroll at the École Primaire Supérieure in 1870. After they relocated to London, Rudolf's mother sent him to Augsburg to live with his aunt and uncle, Barbara and Christoph Barnickel. After studying there and mastering the language, Rudolf went on to attend Royal County Vocational College, where Christoph worked as a math teacher. Rudolf declared his intention to become an engineer at the age of 14. After graduating with honors in 1873, Rudolf enrolled in the Augsburg Industrial School the same year. He received a distinction scholarship at the Royal Bavarian Polytechnic of Munich in 1875. Rudolf took the scholarship even though his parents had expected him to start working sooner. After that, he studied thermodynamics. Despite being sick and not being able to graduate on time, he worked at Seltzer Brothers Machine Works and obtained real-world engineering experience. Diesel graduated first in his class a year later. He returned to Paris in 1880 to work at his former professor Karl Paul Gottfried von Linde's Refrigeration and Ice Company. Rudolf rose to the position of plant director within a year of his employment. He wed Martha Flesch in 1883. The couple gave birth to a girl named Hetty and two sons named Eugene and Rudolf Jr. In 1890, Rudolf returned to Berlin, where he joined a number of company boards and took over as head of the Linde Technical Office. Diesel studied fuel and thermal efficiency in an effort to attempt to increase the fuel efficiency of machinery. He then began constructing an ammonia vapor-powered steam engine. Rudolf was completing testing when the engine blew up, almost killing him. He ended up spending several months in the hospital as a result, and he also had health and vision issues. Diesel had always intended to create an internal combustion engine with a maximum thermal efficiency as near to the theoretical thermal efficiency of the Carnot cycle as possible, ever since he began his studies under Linde. After working and studying this concept for some time, Rudolf applied for and was granted the German patent DRP 67207 in 1892, feeling that his theory was perfect. His dissertation, Theory and Construction of a Rational Heat Motor, which was published a year later, served as the inspiration for Rudolf's efforts and the invention of the diesel engine. After learning that his first notion was incorrect, he submitted an application for another patent in the summer of 1893. With the assistance of the company's Krupp and Maskinen Fabrik Augsburg, Rudolf created one successful model after another. He introduced a four-stroke, single vertical cylinder, 25 horsepower compression engines in 1897. Following the presentation's success, Diesel was granted engine design patents in Germany, the US, and other nations. The engine's great efficiency and comparatively straightforward design made it an instant commercial success. Diesel arrived at Antwerp in the evening of September 29, 1913, and boarded the passenger ship SS Dresden. He had an appointment with Consolidated Diesel Manufacturing in London. He was not to be discovered the next morning when the team went to check on him. The crew of the Dutch pilot boat Corson discovered a corpse drifting on the eastern Scheldt 10 days after Rudolf vanished. Unfortunately, owing of the severe weather and the body's advanced condition of decomposition, the team was unable to recover it. From the corpse's clothing, they were able to recover a pocket knife, wallet, pill bag, and eyeglass case. 14 days after Diesel disappeared, on October 13th, his son Eugene recognized his father's belongings from the ones that had been recovered. Numerous ideas regarding Diesel's demise have been deliberated, encompassing the perspectives of biographers Grosser and Hans L. Stacher. In 1978, they both acknowledged that Diesel had committed suicide. Some claim Diesel was assassinated because he objected to the concession that sought to award German soldiers the sole right to employ his innovation. Nevertheless, his death and disappearance remain unexplained due to scant evidence. To honor Diesel, Mago Kichi Yamaoka, the founder of Yanmar, a Japanese business that manufactures diesel engines, traveled to West Germany in the middle of 1950. After learning that Diesel is unburied and unmarked by a monument, he started organizing a celebration of the inventor with the assistance of others who had worked with Diesel. The Rudolf Diesel Memorial Garden was unveiled by Yamaoka in 1957, marking the 60th anniversary of the diesel engine's development in Wittelsbacher Park in Augsburg, Bavaria. Diesel's engine saw significant improvement following his passing. Additionally, this engine replaced the steam engine in other applications. Despite this, its use in aviation was restricted as the engine required stronger and heavier construction than that of a gasoline engine. Nevertheless, the engine spread to be widely employed in numerous applications, including locomotives, ships, trucks, off-highway machinery, agricultural machines, stationary engines, and modern vehicles. Diesel engines have a much greater compression ratio and a longer combustion duration than gasoline engines, which makes them far more fuel efficient. As a result, the engine's temperature rises more slowly, allowing for the conversion of more heat into mechanical energy. Diesel was also considering fueling up with veggie oil. The auto firm demonstrated the viability of the fuel by using a tiny diesel engine to run on peanut oil. Nevertheless, refined crude oil, now known as diesel fuel, is the main fuel utilized in Rudolf's engine. Diesel is safer to store than gasoline since it has a significantly higher flash point. Diesel received his induction into the Automotive Hall of Fame in 1978. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with other parents and teachers who are looking for quality educational content for kids.